is up, Autocons and Deceptibots? Deceptibot 9 here, back for another video, and this is going to be a rare case in which today I am filming this video and it's going to be uploaded today as well because I want to talk about it while it's hot. Of course, we are talking about the Transformers Legacy reveals, as you can tell by the title. Now, HasbroPulseCon has just wrapped up as of 5 hours ago now, and I wanted to talk about Transformers Legacy. I was super excited to see where they were going to take the line after the brilliance that was the War for Cybertron trilogy, and of course I had seen all the leaks and all the rumors and stuff, so I kind of had an inkling of an idea of what was coming. Now we have the figures. Well, we don't have them in hand, but we have pictures of the figures and we get to really see what they are about. But first, I kind of want to talk about the panel itself. Now, the reveals, for the amount of reveals that we got in the panel itself, I overall thought it was fairly disappointing. And I thought that about the entertainment side of things too. It was nice to get a little bit more news about how Rise of the Beasts is doing, with confirmation that Cheetor is going to be in the film. But I would have liked it if they had shown off some character concept art of some of the robot modes, so we can kind of see what they're going for in terms of design, or even a behind-the-scenes sizzle trailer like we saw at DC Fandom for some of the things that aren't due out, like Shazam and Aquaman. I think that would have been neat. And then going over to the toy reveals, of course we saw on Wednesday IGN released images of Bulkhead and Skids. So Voyager, Bulkhead, and Deluxe Skids were already revealed prior to the event. And so I figured they were going to push it a little bit further and reveal a little bit more. And they did, but by a little bit, they took that literally, and they revealed only a little bit more. Because it was all about Legacy, which is not a bad thing. But when you already have 2 figures revealed, you might want to reveal a little bit more than just 4 other figures. That's my personal opinion. Skids is a deluxe, and they showed off 3 other deluxe class figures. Voyager is a Bulkhead. He's the only Voyager they showed off, which was kind of meaningless. And they showed off 1 leader class. No core class, and they didn't say anything about Studio Series. I would have liked to have seen some more Studio Series stuff. Maybe they don't have anything else. I don't know. Overall, the panel and the amount of reveals was quite disappointing, and I felt the same way about the Star Wars panel. I mainly collect Black Series, so that was what I was interested in for Star Wars. I'm not sure how people liked the Vintage Collection side of things. There was some neat looking stuff for Vintage Collection, but Black Series, I think they only revealed 3 figures, 4, I think. Yeah, 3 figures from Mandalorian, and then another Mando and Grogu box set. And then they revealed some Galaxy's Edge exclusive packs, and that was it. And the Rancor, obviously, which looked nice. But Black Series overall was a little disappointing as well, a little let down-ish, even though the figures themselves look quite nice. But the Marvel Legends panel was pretty awesome. Sure, they could have probably revealed a little bit more, but I think the reveals they had for Marvel Legends was pretty sweet, and the panel overall was pretty entertaining. So I think Marvel Legends comes out on top here. But that's enough about talking about the panels themselves. Let's get right into what do I think about these figures so far. And this is going to be a ranking, and obviously I don't have these figures in hand. This is just based on me looking at the pictures and general excitement for the characters, so let's get into that. All right, coming in at last place, reveal number 6, Kickback. Now, it really upsets me to put Kickback this low on the list because I love the Insecticons and I love Kickback in particular. He is my favorite Insecticon, but the more I look at this figure, he just looks a little lazy, looks a little especially compared to Titan's Return Kickback, who I think was a fantastic modern update interpretation of Kickback. And this deluxe version, while he looks great in robot mode, Grasshopper mode looks okay. Grasshopper mode looks all right, and the transformation though looks super lazy. I know it's a Kickback, it's a G1 character, but this transformation does not look much more than the actual G1 transformation, which is just stand him up, fold his insect legs in, collapse his little arms behind him, turn his head around. That's all Kickback's transformation looks like to me. And me personally, I don't like when they just take figures and make them basically the G1 figure, but with modern articulation, right? I like a little bit of update to them, and I like a little bit of ingenious in making that classic transformation feel updated and feel modern, like what they did with Earthrise Optimus Prime. I think Earthrise Optimus Prime is a great example of how you can keep a classic transformation formula and update it and modernize it. And same thing with Studio Series 86 Grimlock. They have all the basic beats of the transformation from that character you've come to expect, but they've added a modern flair to it. Kickback looks like he has no modern flair, but one thing I do really like about Kickback is I like those Energon accessories that he's going to come with. Those things look really nice. All right, number 5, reveal number 5. Or number 5 on my reveal ranking is Leader Class Laser Optimus Prime. Now, this figure in particular is not bad by any means, at least the looks of him, obviously. And I'm excited to get another version of Optimus Prime that is different from a typical G1 Prime. I'm all for getting different versions of characters, especially Optimus Prime. I think you can never have too many Optimus Primes, especially when they're different versions. And I think the design of G2 Laser Optimus Prime is a unique design overall, and I think it comes out really well in this toy form. One of the things that's holding me back in him being so low is that we all noticed recently that the entire lower half of Laser Prime is basically reused parts from Earthrise Optimus Prime mold. To me, that's a little lazy on Hasbro's part. I understand why there's not much you can change about the legs or about the back part of a truck. So as long as it works, it works. And I didn't even notice upon first glance until I was looking at pictures for this video that it was like that. So it's probably not a big deal overall, and I'm sure when it's in hand, it won't even really matter that much. But right now, that puts it a little bit lower. All right, and coming in at number 4 is going to the deluxe class, Dragstrip. Now, I think Dragstrip looks really, really awesome as a standalone figure. Robot mode and vehicle mode both look absolutely fantastic. As some people have pointed out, it looks like if you look at the back of the figure that there is a hint to how Menasor is going to look. And the hint being that Menasor is going to look very cartoon accurate, in which all the limbs are going to be coming from Motormaster, who is rumored, obviously we've seen leaks, and he is rumored to be the Commander class figure for Legacy. But all the limbs are going to come from Motormaster, and all of the other Stunticons are just going to magnetize onto that. And I get why they're going to do that. But it seems a little lazy. And I'm going to mostly reserve judgment until I'm able to see how Menasor is going to kind of look. I am still probably going to get it because if it's going to be better than the Combiner Wars Menasor, I'm absolutely going to take that chance. But overall, it just seems like kind of a lazy design choice to go with, because then your limb characters aren't actually doing much overall, right? All you're going to be doing is converting the Stunticons into their vehicle modes and then clipping them onto Motormaster. And Motormaster is where all the magic happens. So we'll have to see how that one goes. But as a standalone figure himself, Dragstrip looks super, super cool. And I can't wait to see the rest of the Stunticons. All right, coming in at number 3 is Skids. This guy rocks. This guy looks super, super fun. I know we saw him on Wednesday as well, so there wasn't much of a surprise in the reveal here for this guy during PulseCon, but Skids looks awesome. This is one of those figures that he looks like a great modern adaptation, and I have always been a fan of the IDW Thrilling 30 Skids design and toy design. I just never actually got around to grabbing that mold, but I have messed with it before. And I think that's a pretty great way to modernize and update that character. And I think for people who really, really want a more G1 aesthetic version of Skids and aren't going to get the masterpiece, Legacy looks like the way to go. I think Skids looks super, super cool. I can't wait to add him into my collection. Plus that Energon axe that he comes with looks super awesome as well. Coming in at number 2 is Voyager Prime Universe Bulkhead. And this is probably the most controversial reveal that we have seen from Legacy, as he was one of the ones revealed on Wednesday. There's been lots and lots of talk about this Bulkhead, and I'm sure me having him up at number 2 is also going to be very controversial for some people. But as someone who grew up with Animated and Transformers Prime, getting a new version of Bulkhead warms my heart. Yes, he's bulky. No pun intended there. He's boxy. His chest is big and boxy, and he's not round, and he's not rounded, and his limbs maybe look a little bit too small. But overall, I am so excited to be getting a new version of Bulkhead. And it was just like I talk about, I have some videos coming out about Generation Select Hotshot and Siege Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime. Despite some minor inaccuracies to a character, I'm so excited that we are getting characters like this in a modern form somehow. Plus, I love that this Bulkhead is not just a replication of a figure or, you know, a design we've seen before, and that they're trying something new and making a new version, a new design of this character. It's super, super exciting to me, and I can't wait to get my hands on Bulkhead. Which brings us to number 1. One left. I did not expect this character to be my favorite reveal from the PulseCon panel, but it is RC, Prime Universe Deluxe RC. I think RC looks absolutely spectacular. I did not expect her to be my favorite reveal from this panel at all, but she looks great. I think they've found a perfect balance in being able to take the design aspects of Prime Universe RC that really, really work, and they're able to inflict it onto something new and make a super nice looking mold out of it. I think RC looks absolutely fantastic in both modes. Sure, she's a little more boxy, a little more square-ish than her design from Transformers Prime, but that's not bugging me too much because I think they've taken those design aspects and they found a way to modernize it and adapt it to the figure that they wanted to make, and they make it work at the same time. I think RC just looks absolutely spectacular, and I am so excited to get RC in hand, and I cannot wait for her to come out. All right, that's all I've got talking about the Transformers Legacy panel. Like I said, I was overall pretty disappointed with the reveals themselves. As you can tell, this is a small video, right? This is a small list. Only 6 figures, and 2 of which we knew about prior to PulseCon. Comes out pretty lame. If this was San Diego Comic-Con and they were revealing only, you know, if they only revealed 4 figures, I think people would be pretty disappointed as well. And that's kind of the general consensus I've seen, is that the figures look nice, all right. If some of the figures look pretty good, but overall we should have seen some more. I wish we'd seen some studio series or something else, man. But that's all I've got for you today. Go ahead and let me know what you thought about HasbroPulseCon down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Transformers Legacy, about the upcoming figures, all that stuff. Which ones are you excited for? Which ones are you not excited for? Go ahead and leave all that down in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe as well. I've got new videos coming out right now every Monday and Friday, so look forward to that, and I'll see y'all next time.